Here's something for you all to think about, to chew the cud. Excuse the noise on my car, the exhaust is blowing. Right, this COVID thing, okay? So let's just say it's all bullshit. And nothing's really wrong, it's just, let's just say it's like a code for those with eyes to see and ears to hear. And the code is saying, this, you know, it's saying to you to keep your mask on. Well, the word persona means mask. So your personality is a mask. It's just an act. And you might deny that, but actors are evidence of the contrary. And you all have different personas. You have a persona for your family. You have a persona for the workplace. You have a persona for your grandparents. And you're always trying to meet the expectations of others. When you go to work, the boss and your peers have a certain expectation with regards to you and your performance. So you must perform. Keep up the pretenses, the act. Now, many people are asleep to this. They don't know this. But those that have had what they call the waking experience, they're starting to wake up to the bullshit external. When you start turning it inwards, you'll wake up to your own bullshit. And you'll realise that the story that you've been telling yourself is nothing more than a story. It's an act. What to do then? Well, you could go and live in your basement and just totally withdraw from society. Live in the basement and let others feed you. But then again, you're not exactly enjoying the gift of life from there, are you? You could wait to develop a new act. What should I be now? So whatever you try to be is nothing more than another act. It's all an act. So why bother? If it's an act, it's not real. So what's the point of swapping one act for another? It is an utterly pointless vanity. It really is. Now I'm going to work now. I could go to work and be really nice if I choose to be. All day, just really, really overwhelmingly, overbearingly nice. And people would think, that's strange, why is Danny acting like that? See? And the next day I could go to work and be completely withdrawn and shut down. And the day after that I could go to work and be an utter arsehole. And people would think, bloody hell, he's got multiple personality disorder. The fact of the matter is, everybody has it. All these different acts for all the different occasions. Be honest with yourself. And none of it's real. It's all bollocks. Then we go to the cinema to watch the actors and they perform their act, and we go ooh and ah, and we're spellbound by the story and the silver screen. And then you leave the cinema and you go into the stage of the world, which is an even bigger silver screen, and you carry on your act. But do you realise it? The people that have woken up to this, these millions and millions of acts, you no longer want to take part in it. And then along comes Corona, the Crown, with the COVID, which phonetically in Hebrew means divine presence, which is the set-apart spirit, the Ruach Kodesh, or in common Christian parlance, the Holy Spirit. Anyway, and they're saying, keep your mask on. In other words, keep your persona on. Like Jesus said, he'd cure somebody and he would say, don't tell anybody. And they'd run off and tell everyone. Just be wise. Keep your mask on. Or move around a lot. Now, socially distance. If you haven't been vaccinated, you can't go into pubs, you can't go into gymnasiums, you can't go into cinemas. I don't go to those places by rule anyway. Not really my venue. I might go to a pub for a meal perhaps. But that's it, and even that's an onerous task now, as you're shepherded like cattle to your table, which is little more than a quarantine zone. I'll give that a miss. So setting yourself apart, socially distancing. Get it? So it's telling people to do these things. So there's that the higher understanding is shh. Have you wondered why the celebrities all go shh? What are they telling you? What are they trying to tell you? Whilst the world calls all of them evil, surely that can't be the case. There is good and there is evil. It wouldn't surprise me in this world if half of them were fitted up to look evil. So don't get drawn into that. Just observe it using discernment. Set apart the mind and observe. But why do they do that? Shh, and do the eye symbol. The reason I encourage people to meditate is to be a watchman. And when you watch, eventually you will start to see. Now, I've told you about this in my meditations. I've seen the Eye of Ra. I've seen the baptism of fire. I've seen many other things at which I'm not at liberty to discuss just yet. So, I've seen these things because I go within. And I do that simply by being still, closing my eyes, turning my 5 senses inwards and watching. That's all I do. That's why I say meditate. And meditation is not done by walking. I'm sorry, folks. This, I understand it. I get it. Going for a walk, switching off, zoning out, in the zone. I get it. I know where you're coming from. But you're not watching. That's the entire point, is to watch. Is to keep your eyes shut and watch. It will be revealed to you inside you. You will start to see stuff. I used to see little dots of light, like flashes. And I later realised, oh, that's messages. It's like incoming mail. I don't know what it is, but my subconscious does. And my subconscious, my right hand, doesn't tell my left hand, my ego intellect, what it is. Don't let the right hand tell the left hand what's going on, said Jesus. And then you start to understand after the fact. It takes a bit of time for the ego to go, oh shit, now I realise. Now I understand what's going on. It's inside. But you have to see it. This is why Jesus says, keep watch, lest the thief come in the night and steal from you. You want to catch the thief. If you catch the thief, he delivers to you. So if you're not watching, he'll take from you. If you are watching, he gives to you. Get it? That's the simplicity of it. This is why I always go on about meditation, but I don't go into prescriptions about how you should do it. It's simple. Children do it. You do it naturally. You simply sit. You don't have to be in any state or any position. You just get yourself comfortable and shut your eyes and just remain aware. That awareness, that is your consciousness. And as you're cleaning the house, right, it'll take time, but as your house is being cleaned, energy starts to flow. You are raising your consciousness, and everything else is then taken care of by yourself. Yourself is your consciousness, and yourself, your individual consciousness, is not separate from the universe's consciousness. They are one and the same thing. And this is what you need to realize internally. This is what you need to experience. And then all of this doesn't matter. So it isn't about, oh, I saw the comment, Jeremy, walk the walk too. Listen, mate, I'm not here for popularity prizes or validation or insults or any of that. I'm here just to say a simple message. And if you can't get it, I can't help you. And you can't even help yourself. So look, walk the walk. Do you do that externally? What walk should I do? I was on the internet earlier on and I researched the school of silly walks, and there's various walks. Be specific. Make a video about walking the walk. Go on. Go and prove yourself to be righteous in front of everybody, and then you'll get their validation. You might even start to dress up like a bit of a hippie, and then you'll get all the greetings in the marketplace, and then you'll get the best seats in the house. You'll be able to talk to the people and make fine phylacteries, in other words, fine speeches, but you'll never really tell them anything. 9-hour streams talking about flat earth and various other things, but never really getting to the truth. You mentioned the sacred secretion, okay, but you never really got to it because you haven't gone within. It's all within. I keep saying this. I could dress as Moses, another act. I could dress up like Jesus, walking around town, fucking breaking bread and giving bread to the people. Another stupid fucking act. It's ridiculous. You've got to get beyond that. A Jew, incidentally, who's somebody who meditates and cleans their house. That is the true definition of a Jew. It's not some fucking moron bobbing his fucking head at a wall in Israel. So a proper Jew is somebody who meditates and cleans their house. And they will start to see. But they will be a Jew inwardly. So that you can carry on living your life. Following your consciousness, which will guide you. Those of you that are having, problems with depression, addictions, whether it be alcohol or cigarettes or drugs, pharmaceutical or illegal, doesn't matter. The more you clean the house, the more you meditate, those things will be taken from you. It will be removed from you and you'll just simply stop doing it, and then you'll wonder, how did that happen? It helps you overcome. And guess what? You can still keep your story, but you realise it's just a story. It's of no importance whatsoever. It's just a story. Whether it's a good story or bad story is of no consequence. Nobody's judging you anymore, and most importantly, you stop judging yourself. And that's what it's about. It's to set the mind free. It's to be free from the edicts and dogmas of society and family and friends. To get all that crap out, and then it's to clear out your own edicts and dogmas that you've embraced, and to clear out also your own prejudices. To clear all that out. to have a great reset. I was having a WhatsApp chat with somebody the other day, and she's learning the power of saying no and meaning it, and saying yes and meaning it, and not explaining yourself to people. And that's a really powerful place, and it's such a simple thing. Let your no mean no and your yes mean yes. And don't obligate yourself to people with fucking employment contracts and all the rest of it. It's taking an oath. Going to the bank and getting a loan. That's where you willfully sign up to be fleeced by the thieving banks. And you sign an obligation to be robbed by them. Why would you do that? Walk away from all that shit. If you can't afford it, don't buy it. But Jeremy might have said, no, you should cut away everything from the material world. You shouldn't do anything. If you have material things, then you're a materialist. Well, I'm in the body. So the body's physical, therefore it's material. So how do I cut that away? I meditate, Jeremy. Okay, but I work as well. I need a car to get backwards and forwards to work. That's material. Even in the book it says, I know you have a need for these things. How far are you going to take it? When are you going to start walking around naked on your walk? Just be logical and rational about this stuff. It's very easy to disappear into some kind of pseudo religious stupor, and this is about none of that. You have to see within. This is what it talks about in the book of Revelation, the two witnesses. And they prophesy and all the rest of it. But how do they do that? Well, they've seen, they've been shown things within. And then the two witnesses, many say, oh, it's Moses. Oh, no, it's Moses and Ezekiel. No, maybe it's Moses and Jesus. No. It's because they don't know, because they don't do what's prescribed. It is you and your higher self. Those are the two witnesses. They witness each other. And they both witness the visions. And that's how you can see into the future, and that's how you prophesy. Because you're looking at it with your third eye, the all-seeing eye. Matthew 6:22, let thine eye be single and your body will fill with light. So you've got a single eye and your body fills with light. Illuminated. Illuminati. Can I spell it out any easier for you? Oh no, the Illuminati, they're evil, they're evil. Yes, duality. There is good and evil. People, this is so simple. You've got to work this out. Great effort has been made to confuse the human race, to stop them realizing who they really are. Let us go down there and confuse them. For anything they imagine will be possible for them. Unless they become like us as gods and eat from the tree of life. What's the tree of life? Well, it's your brain, isn't it? And how do you eat from it? The sacred secretion, people. Oh, I've never thought of that. It's so simple, and people can't see it. Why can't you see it? Would it have something to do with consciousness? Why can't they read the book and see what's right in front of them? Is it kept from them? Is it kept from you? Is it hidden from you? Then you have to ask yourself, what's doing the hiding? Consciousness. Your consciousness isn't high enough, and so it's hidden from you. How do you raise your consciousness, honey? How do you do that? Clean your house and meditate as prescribed.